Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Share the stream with as many people as possible so that we can get started. Remember, you can put in the comment section always. Please put in the comment section if you have any question, and I'll gladly. Hi, Faustina, you're welcome. Faustina, you're welcome. Uh, Ben, thank you. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. You can always put your question. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone who is joining us. Quickly, please let's share the stream so we can reach a lot of people, and then I'll kickstart and remind people who need to. We'll talk about how you can start off as a beginner. How you can start off as a beginner. Thank you all those who are supporting. We are talking about how you can start off as a beginner. Do me a favor, share the stream so we can reach a lot of people, and then share the stream as well. Share the stream so we start shortly. Um, I'll address all your questions, everything you need to know as a beginner before you start investing. So share the stream. Let me start from here. Um, let me share the stream so that we can get started, and then nudge people that may want to join so that we can start off. If you miss something as we start, you would may not be able to follow through closely. And I would share the apps I use and how I go about them as well. And then you have the opportunity to ask all the questions you want to ask as we go along, as we go along, as we go along, as we go along. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Now, let me start off on this note. You see, I've been saying time and time over again that if you if you want to invest, okay, there are three main categories you would pay attention to. Okay, there are three main categories you pay attention to as far as investment is concerned. There's what I call fixed investment. Fixed investment means that that kind of investment, you know that it's going to take this long, and you know that this is what you are expecting in return for that kind of investment. So you find a typical example like treasury bills. Are you getting me? Because when you buy treasury bills, you know that it's going to take what, 3 months, and you know that you are going to get this particular return on that investment. Share the stream so we can reach a lot of people. So a treasury bill, and also a fixed deposit from a bank. You know that that fixed deposit is 10%, is 6%, and so you know the particular thing you are going for. Thank you, Ajeli. Good evening. So you know that one. So that's the first category of investment that you could consider as an investor. I hope you are following. That's what we call fixed. As for that one, you know what you are expecting in return. So as an investor, you should have some kind of investment in that category. Jade, you're welcome. Thank you, Jade. You're welcome. So as an investor, you should have some kind of investment in that category. So that would be good for you. Okay. As an investor, you should consider that option. You should consider that option. Now, number two is where we always call flexible investment. Flexible investment. That is the kind of investment that you know you don't know the returns you are expecting, okay? Or I would say the returns are variable. So the returns keep changing. They can be 10% today, tomorrow is 8%, another time is 12%. So that one is changing. Are you getting it? So that's a flexible investment, number two. And an example is a mutual fund, or you buy gold, or you buy silver. Please, are you getting it? Let me know if you have any question in the comment section. So I started from fixed investment, and I said an example of a fixed one is a treasury bill. It's a fixed deposit from a bank. So you know what you are going into before you even start. And I said the second one is a flexible investment. And that one we are talking about you doing a mutual fund. Why is it flexible? The rates can change today, it can change the next day. And then it could be if you buy a gold bar, you buy gold, for instance. What happens when you buy gold? The gold price can be $1,000 today. Tomorrow, gold price is $1,200. So you don't know. But the thing about it is that the time that you want to sell your gold, you can sell it and get your money and walk out. Please, are you getting the whole thing? And so that's the second form of investment. So as an investor, you need a fixed investment. You need some flexible investment. I hope you are getting it. Put your questions in the comment section and I will address them. Then the last one is what I always refer to as equity or shares. Equity or shares. Now, this one, we all know buying shares. We've mentioned it word over and over again. That means that you are buying ownership in a particular company. You are buying ownership in a particular company. It's highly risky, designed for long term, and you do not know what the results may be at the end of the day. So that is why these are the three main investments we would recommend as far as the next we are concerned. Now, finally, what I want to say is that all these three categories, as an investor, you should have some of them. As an investor, you should play in all these three categories. But then today, we like to dwell on the third category. The first, second are very straightforward. The third category is what we call equities or shares, right? That one, you don't get to play around with. It's something that you need to think about it deeply for the long-term investment. That's what we equity. So that is where I will spend most of the time today, which is equity or shares. Equities or shares. Faustina, are we making any sense? Are you following? Ben, is everything okay? And Ajay, is everything okay from your side? I know. Thank you for the support. So now, the last form of investment, which is equity, if you want to buy shares or you want to invest in equity, you need what we call a broker. So if you look at my screen at the moment, you find the brokers or some of the brokers that are available in the stock market. So to invest in equity or to buy shares, you need a broker. I hope you are following. You cannot go and invest in the stock market without these people necessarily. Now, a broker is an institution that can help you invest in the stock market. So if you don't have a broker, you as a person are not able to buy the shares. You need a broker that will help you to buy the shares you want to buy. I hope you are following. Yes, thank you. Yes. So the first point to buying shares is finding a broker. Now, if you look at my screen, these are the list of brokers. Now, brokers must be licensed. You don't go and just find your own broker or get disrupted or just find any random person. The broker is licensed by the regulatory authorities. So in this case, the Security and Exchange Commission and the Ghana Stock Exchange, they work hand in hand, and then they have what? A broker list that they are licensed. So if you look at my screen, these are a list of brokers. In fact, the list is, you can go through all the list yourself. All of them are available here. They have their office, they have their address, they have their contact, and all those things that you can reach out to. Okay, so the broker is an institution. They have a minimum capital requirement or stated capital. They have directors. They are institutions. They have all the things that a company needs. So you as a person, you can choose any of these brokers, one or two, any of them, or depends on what or the one you find very, very comfortable that you want to work with. All right. So that is over to you to choose. It's like you're going to build a house. You're going to build a house. You decide who is going to be your contractor. Are you getting it? So to start investing in the stock market, you need a stockbroker, which is should be part of the list that we are showing on the screen as far as Ghana is concerned. So whichever stockbroker you choose, if it's not in the list, then probably there's something wrong somewhere. Whatever stockbroker you choose must be part of the list you are seeing on the screen. Any question on that side? Your broker must be part of this list. The broker must be part of this list. There's no way you are using some broker from somewhere that is not a part of this list. I hope that's making sense. Please share the stream, ask your questions in the comment section, and I'll be generous enough to address and answer your questions for you, right? So this now, if you decided, or what should you consider before you choose a particular broker? That's a question I get mostly, and I want to address it before you go on. I want to address that before we go on. Please share the stream. Let a lot of people join, those who want to learn. Now, and if you are not subscribed, please do us a favor. Go ahead and subscribe even as we go on to this channel. It's called the Investment Nets. The channel is called the Investment Nets. Now, I go on this way. What should you consider when you are choosing a broker? Or what should be your main consideration when you are choosing a broker? Now, remember, your broker, it's like a financial expert who is going to be between you and the stock market. So the broker, first of all, should be friendly. When I say friendly, the customer service should be great. So if you are reaching out to the broker, it should be easy to reach out to. So you look on the list. Most of the brokers have their contact and details here. Can you find their physical office? Are you able to go to their office? When you call them, you try calling them, do they respond? So those are some of the things you would have to consider. I hope you are following. You need to consider some of these things when choosing a broker. All right. Then also, more recently, most of us are become very digital. So we prefer to use brokers that have mobile applications or have a digital footprint so that we can easily reach out to them or we can easily engage them. That is one thing that most of us are doing these days. On that note, popular among them would be IC Securities, which is one that has a mobile app, right, that you can easily download. So popular among them will be IC Securities. So you can easily just download their app and then start engaging them, right? And also the second is also the Black Star Securities. So the Black Star Securities, this one, they also have a mobile app. So far we know these two to have mobile applications. So you can just download their app and then you start engaging them. I hope that's clear enough. You can just download the app and start engaging them. Now, the thing here is that the mobile app itself, the reason I'm taking my time to explain this is that the mobile app itself is not the broker, but it's just a medium by which you can reach your broker. I'll take that again. The mobile app itself is not the broker. I hope we know that by now. It is just a medium for which you reach the broker. Now, take a typical example. For instance, if you download the EcoBank mobile app, or you download the GCB mobile app, or you download Car Bank mobile app, the mobile app is not the bank. Okay, it's just a way for you to communicate with the bank. So if you have any trouble with the app, you can still go to the broker yourself directly. I hope that is making sense. If you have any trouble with the bank or the app, you can easily just go to the broker and say, you know what, I want to do business, or I want this to be done, I'm interested in this and that, and they will be able to do it for you. So the app is just a means for you to reach the broker. Right. I hope that's explanatory for you. I hope you understand this particular thing at this moment. Now that you have decided on the broker and you have downloaded the broker's application, what next? Now that you have decided on the broker and you have downloaded the broker's application, what next? That's the question you want to ask. Now, you found a broker, you've downloaded a broker's application. The broker would have to create for you, okay? The broker has to create for you. Okay, people are asking me which broker do I use. Okay, I've used 3 brokers. Before I continue, let me address Faustina's question. I personally use 3 brokers. I've used 3 of them before. So I can speak about those 3 in case you want to use them. Those are good starters. I've used the IC Wealth, which is IC Securities. Most of you know them. So that would be IC Securities. I think yeah, this one. So yes, this particular one, I've used them before and I still use them. Okay, I use this one and I still use them. And I also use the Black Star as well. Of course, I still use them to check a few things, right? And I've also used SAS before, but nowadays I have not. I just use them to receive reports. but because they don't have a mobile app, it's difficult for me to communicate with them. No, I can't be walking to the office every day to be doing business with them. So those are the three I consider. But because Black Star and IC have mobile apps, I'm tempted to stay with them the more, right? So I use them mostly. I hope that has addressed most of us our questions. I hope that has addressed most of us our questions. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Right. I address your questions so long as you ask them, and then I can go on from there. All right. Cool. Now, let me now start off. In case you have decided, so there are two brokers I will just use as an example. So I'll use two brokers as an example so that you can start from there. If you choose any of these brokers, you can start from there. So I'll start from one of the brokers that I've spoken about, IC Wealth. Okay, so I'm going to project them. Let me know if you see it, and then we can continue from there. Yeah, so I'm going to show you one of the brokers I've been using. One of the brokers I've been using. Here you have it. All right, I hope you have my screen now. Yeah. Hope you have my screen now. Yeah, thank you, Faustina. So I have IC Wealth app now. You can always, so this is one of the brokers I've been using. Now, of course, when you start, you definitely will go through the registration process. Like you go through the registration process. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. You go through the registration process and all the detailing and everything that is needed, and you first land on this screen. So you do a KYC, right? KYC means know your customer. KYC means know your customer. So you download the IC Wealth app. I mean, if you need me to show you how you download it, but just go to the Play Store and or the App Store, and then you download it. Now, let me explain this to you. It means that if you download IC Wealth, what you mean when you download the IC Wealth is that I have selected IC Securities as my broker. That is the meaning. You are not going to download IC Wealth and be asking which broker do I use. Immediately you download IC Wealth, what that means is that you have selected this broker. That's the meaning. I've selected this broker. That's the meaning. Once you download IC Wealth, you have chosen IC Securities as your broker. So everything you'll be doing in that regard will have to mean that you are doing it with IC Wealth. That should be very clear to all of us. I hope that's very, very clear to all of us. I hope that's very, very clear to all of us. Immediately you download IC Wealth, it means that you have selected. Please let me know if that's very clear to all of us. Once you download IC Wealth, you have selected them as your broker, so you are going with them as a broker. Or you can download the other broker, which is the Black Star, and maybe that's what you want to use. But we'll show you that as well. But this is the meaning when you download IC Wealth. So you go through the KYC, they will verify your information, verify your identity, and know that you are the person. That's how it goes through. Then your account to be verified. Now, once your account is verified and you log in, this is what you see, the screen you are seeing now. Now, there are four main sections. I just want to give you an overview, then show you how you can buy the shares. I just want to show you how you can buy shares as we go along. Now, so you have dashboard. Now, what does the dashboard do? What does the dashboard do? The dashboard is where The dashboard is the place where you can see all the shares you have bought and any other financial contributions you have done on the system. The dashboard is where it shows all the shares you have bought and where any other financial contributions you have made on the application. So all the shares you have bought, how much you have invested in that company, and all those things will be available on the dashboard. So that's the first thing you see when you come. And you see at the top, it is written there, total holdings. Total holdings. Total holdings means that everything you own, everything you own. You see, IC does not just allow you to buy shares alone. They allow you to do other things like buy treasury bills. So everything you own is available in the total holdings. So the total things you hold, every information is kept there. Now below that you see trade life portfolio. If you can see on my screen, trade life portfolio. Now the trade life portfolio section represent all the shares you own or all the treasury bills you have purchased. That's the section there. This one, all the shares you own, they are available in the trade life. And then all the other investments you do are available in the IC liquidity fund. I hope you are getting it. Yes. So all the investments you do, the mutual funds, they are available in the liquidity fund. They will be here. The trade life is the one that represents all the other shares you buy and any other thing you buy. Now, number two, which is the second tab down, look at down. We move from dashboard. We are on liquidity fund. That's the second thing I want to let you know in the IC application. As for that one, what do we see? Once you are there, you are going to see liquidity fund. Now, IC has a mutual fund. And remember, if you cast your mind back, when we started, I mentioned that in a flexible investment and a mutual fund is an example of a flexible investment. So IC provides you an opportunity to do that kind of investment, which is the flexible one. And that is the one that you see as what? The, the mutual fund that is available there. I hope you are getting it. That's the mutual fund section of it. Now, of course, if you want me to explain something, you can ask that question there. But that is a section that you can just invest money into their mutual fund options. That's also available. Now, the third thing, which is where we dwell on, is the trade life. The trade life has to do with the shares you own, which is the third form of investment. That's where you want to be, is the trade life. But remember that the trade life section has to do with the fact that you are buying shares. So the shares you are buying will be allocated in the trade life. But even if you are in the trade life, there are two things that are available in the trade life that you should pay attention to. We have equities and we have fixed income. We have equities and we have fixed income. Equities is the section, so if you look at the top here, there's equity and there's fixed income at the top here. Now, equities has to do with the shares you are buying or the investment you are doing in the companies. That's the one that is at the equities section. The equities has to do with the shares you are buying. The fixed income has to do with the treasury bills that are available for you to buy. I hope you are getting the point. Equities has to do with the shares, the local shares, and fixed income has to do with the treasury bills that you can invest in. I hope you are getting it. So you remember I mentioned, remember the three things. It means that the three areas we mentioned are all available in IC if you pay attention. Fixed income, which is a fixed investment, which is treasury bills, is also available on IC. Mutual fund, which is a flexible investment, is also available on IC. And the third option, which is what? Equities, is also available here for you. So if you are here about buying shares, then your focus should be what? The equities. Any questions so far? You can always drop your question. If you haven't subscribed, do us a favor, go ahead and subscribe. So you go to equities. Then equities, you see the companies you want to invest in. The companies you want to invest in are available in the equity section. If you look at the equity section, that's where. Now, the first one you see at the top, you see total balance, available balance. Available balance, you see it at the top here. The available balance is at the top here. Now, available balance is the money you have that you can use to buy shares. That's what is showing here. The money you have that you can use to buy shares is what is available at the available balance section. The money you have that you can use to buy shares. So right now I have only 6 CDs, 23 pesos that I can use to buy shares if I want to buy. I hope you are getting it. Please share the stream. Help us spread the stream by sharing it with as many people as possible. Help us reach a lot of people by sharing the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Now, so first you see invest. The invest here is how you get money into the system. Let me explain that again. You get money into the system by clicking the invest. So if I want to load my wallet, if I want to add more cash to the available balance, I click the invest. I'm taking my time today, ask your question, so that after this, you are able to buy shares. Remember, it is from what? From zero to shareholder. You should be able to buy shares after this session. You should be able to buy shares after this section. So ask all the questions that can help you do just that. All right. So I click invest if I want to load money. And when I'm loading money, I need to make sure it's a trade live portfolio. Make sure when you are loading money, it's at trade live portfolio. Please, trade live. You see, remember we have a lot of things that happens on IC, but trade life is the one that you can buy shares. So when you are loading, put it on trade life. Put it on trade life. That's the one you want to do. And then you select payment method. Most of us know that. So choose any of the options you want, and then you enter the amount you want to put in the system. All right. So the amount you want to use to invest or to buy the shares, you put it there, and then you click submit, and then you are good to go. Any question? And those who want to send IC bank transfer, you see there at the other side there's a bank details. Okay, you can follow these details. Okay, you can follow these details and send them the money. If you want to send them money through bank transfer, you can follow this detail. But that is not, I mean, that is not, it takes at the bottom here, let's look at the bottom. It takes up to 1 day for deposit to reflect in your trade life. So, and 1 day means 1 working day. I hope you are following. So if you are transferring on a weekend, of course, then you have to wait for Monday. So a working day is what is available here. All right, good. So that is how you get money into your IC Wealth. Any question? That is how you get money into your IC Wealth. That's how you put money inside it. That's how you put money inside it so that you cannot buy the shares you want to buy. Right. Cool. So you do that. The transfer section here allows you to move money from one place to other. Remember, if your money was inside somewhere, or you want to move the money inside here to another place, then you can use this option to do that. That's the transfer option. The transfer option. Withdrawal as usual. If you sell your shares, and you want the money, you want to withdraw the money, you can go for the withdrawal option. Please share the stream so that we can reach a lot of people. The goal is that after this, a person should be able to invest successfully. All right. Withdrawal is that when you have the money which is inside your trade life, you see my available balance was 6.23. So I can remove that money. And if I'm removing it, I can't go below what my remaining amount. I can't remove more than 6.23 because that's the money I have in my wallet. Welcome everyone. You are listening to the investment desk. I can't remove more than that. 6.23 is the maximum I can remove, and so that is the amount I can withdraw. Now the transaction represent the shares that you have been buying. Okay, the transactions here represent the shares that you have been buying or the actions you have been doing. So this is the transactions. All the shares you have been buying will be available here with their various status. I'll come back to that later again, so you can get that. I'll come back to that later again, and then you can make reference to that. All right, cool. Thank you. So now you have all these stocks you can buy. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. You have all these shares that you can buy. All these shares are available to you to buy. So you decide, right, the one you want to buy. So you go, you do some reading. You understand the company, what they do. Do you think this company is a good one? Are they making profit? You ask all those questions, right? Are they making profit? How big are they? How much profit did they pay the last time? What was their financial statement? Are they running in the negatives, or what are they doing? And all that, right? And all that. Okay. So yeah, that's before I start the invest. Let me address Faustina's question on transfer. The transfer section is to allow you to send the money to another place. See, your money is in the trade life portfolio. You want to move it to the mutual fund, so you can transfer the money. You can move the money from one portfolio to the other. So that's the transfer section. All right. So yeah, that's to address that question. Please double tap, share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Help us reach a lot of people. Help us reach a lot of people. We need, yeah. Okay. Yes. Help us reach a lot of people. Jade, you're welcome. Please share the
All
stream
right,
so we
thank
can
you.
reach a lot of people. It's important. All right. Now, assuming that I have these stocks I can buy, and I've decided that I want to start with MTN, for instance, okay? If I want to start with MTN, say I want to invest in MTN, I've done my research. I think MTN is a good company. They have been doing well. They have been making a lot of profit. And so I finally decided that I'm going to invest in MTN. What do I do? It means that I've selected MTN as one of the stocks I want to buy, as one of the stocks I want to buy. So what do I do? In the IC app, this is us using IC. Remember, this is we doing IC. I'll go and click on that particular stock. I'll go and click on the particular stock. Remember, the broker does not tell you which stock you buy. You decide that I like this company and so I want to invest in this company. That's how it is. You tell yourself that I like this company, they are doing well, so I want to invest in the company. Okay. So let's say we have done our research and we are saying, okay, let's now say, okay, maybe EcoBank. Let's go for EcoBank. So I'll click the company I'm interested in. I'll click the company I'm interested in. You see the price at which they are selling it. Right now, it is 28.89. Okay, so you are seeing it here. You can see the details. Now, here, the market is closed, right? The market is closed because it is a weekend. The stock market does not work in weekends. Are you following me? The stock market does not work in weekends. Monday to Friday. Even the Monday, I think it starts from 10 to 3. So that's the period. Jade, if I'm wrong, you can cut in there. 10 to 3. Monday to Friday. They don't work on weekends. Are you getting it? So that is how you get in. So it is closed. Today is a Saturday, so the market is totally closed. So you cannot do business as it stand now. Even if you place an order, it will only be done when market is in session. It will only be done when market is in session. Remember, you can always ask your question. You are listening to the investment nest. Help us reach a lot of people by sharing the stream. So that is the price. Now, the green thing you see here, most people ask me. That's why I'm taking my time today to explain a lot of things to you. The green thing you are seeing here represent the fact that before, the day before and today, they are comparing two dates. So a day before today, the stock, this particular stock has grown by 0.03%. That is a 1 pesos growth. So it means that the day before, this stock, EcoBank, was 28.88. Then today or yesterday, which was Friday, the last time of the market, it became 28.89. So it has seen some growth. I hope we are following. I hope you are getting us. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. So that is it. And so if you take another company, the same illustration applies. You take another company, the same thing applies. This is enterprise group. The price is here. If there is no color green here, it is green, means that nothing has happened. The stock has not changed. It has not increased in any way. The market is still closed. Are you getting it? So let me calm down and explain a few things before we go ahead with the buying. Before we go ahead with the buying. And don't forget, you can always put your question right in the comment section and I would address them. I would address them as I see them. So you can put your question and I will address them. You're welcome to the Investment Net. We are talking about investing in the Ghana Stock Exchange. We are giving you a practical step to invest in, and we are showing the screens you can see. This particular one is IC Wealth. IC Wealth, and then we are showing how you can invest in the stock market. So here you see details, order history, and dividend history. So order history is if you have bought shares in this company before, it will be showing in the order history. If you have bought shares before, it will be showing in the order history. You see it here. If this company has paid dividend before, you see some dividend here. The history is here. Remember here, see they are showing where the dividend was paid. So those of you who are saying that, oh, have they paid dividend? I haven't received my dividend. If the company has paid dividend before, the company that helped them pay the dividend or process the dividend is also available here. So if you haven't received yours, you can follow up on them. I hope that's making sense. So let's go and look for, let's say, MTN, and then let's go to dividend history. Have you seen? So you see who paid the dividend is available. Who paid the dividend? The last dividend that was paid was 8 pesos as far as MTN is concerned. Before, in April, they paid 24 pesos. I hope you are getting it. So MTN pays dividend twice a year. Remember, last it was March and August. The last one was April and August. Are you getting it? So it means that we should be expecting another cash out from MTN sometimes either in March or in April. Any of them can happen. But you are seeing it, and it was paid by the CSD, directly by the CSD. Any question? Any question? Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Share the stream, like the stream, and let's reach a lot of people. Any question so far? Most of you are still in the group and haven't invested. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to get people invested. It's an opportunity to get you invested. So please pay attention and invite those who you have friends who need to invest. This is an opportunity to get them to learn how to invest. So please share the link. Share the link. Let's reach a lot of people. Those who want to invest. Those of your friends you think they need to know how to invest. Nudge them to join. This is the time. You won't get this opportunity anywhere again. If you go somewhere, you don't have charged you money to do the same thing we are doing here. So please invite your friends who need to know how to invest. We need to grow the numbers here. Thank you. Now, again, I look at Standard Chartered Bank. Look at their dividend history. They have paid dividend before, right? You look at it. Who paid the dividend? How much is it that they paid? Very soon we'll start doing analysis. Again, analyzing the dividend trends and see which companies have grown. That's a good analysis we'll do. But you see, if we don't push the live sessions, I don't know, share with people, then we can do some of these things for you. We'll do so here you see stand chart. If you think earnings per share, there's something we call earnings per share. You look at how much the share price is, look at how much they paid dividend last time, and then do your own judgment. Is this a good investment? They paid 2024, they paid 2025. Look at how much they paid. You need to also pay attention. Some of you reach out to us. Was dividend paid? When was it paid? Who paid it? These informations are all right here. You don't need to nudge anybody. If you join some of our sessions, you learn a lot and you don't have to be thrown around by some of these things. Please invite more people to join so that they can listen to what we are sharing. Okay, now that is the case of all the details I want to talk about. Now, assuming that I've decided that I'm going to buy this company, I look at I haven't placed any order on this account. I look at their dividend. Yes, they pay dividend. Look at how much they paid. Yeah, almost 2 pesos per share. Look at the person that processed it, all that. And I'm back to the dividend. I want to buy. I will just click buy. Please, are you getting? I'll click what? Buy. Yes. Oh, okay. You want us to look at ETI? Well, okay. Let me use ETI as an example for you. Let me look at ETI as an example for you. Real Steven. I'll do ETI. I'll look at ETI as an example for you. Okay. Now, so I enter the amount I want to buy. Let's say 1,000. That's all. It's as simple as that. And I'll click preview to see the order. Right, cool. I don't have enough money, but I click preview and I go ahead and place the order. You don't have to do a lot when you are placing the order. Please, are you getting me? That's all you need to do. And then you go ahead and place the order. Let's look at ETI because Stephen was talking about ETI. So I'll go to ETI. I'm looking at ETI. Now, again, pay some attention to us. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Now, because I own ETI, I can see sell. Are you getting me? Because I own ETI, I can see sell. Please invite people to join us. so that we can reach a lot of people. Because I own ETI, I can still sell. The first ones, I don't own any stock. I only see the buy action. But so somebody is asking, if I own shares, how do I get my money? You sell it, and because you own, you see an option to sell right here. So I have those options. Now we go to ETI again. We look at order history. I have placed some order before. I did that 6 May 2025. I did that 6 May 2025. That was when I bought it. Then I go to their dividend history. No recorded dividend, at least here. Because the last 2 years, remember, no dividend here in the last 2 years. It doesn't mean they have not paid dividend before, but it just means that for the last 2 years, they haven't paid any dividend. Okay, so they don't have any record in the last 2 years. So if you are joining and you are buying ETI for the sake of dividend, data is saying that for the last 2 years, they haven't paid dividend. And so the question is, would they pay next year? That's the question. We hope that they make enough profit to be able to pay the dividend. I hope we are following. Stephen, I hope this is helpful and this is explanatory enough. All right, cool. So that is how it is. If you're selling, if you own the shares, you can just click sell. The same way, you put in the quantity you want to sell. Let's say I want to sell this. I enter the amount I want to sell based on the number of shares you own. You can't go beyond that. And I can select how the money should be sent to me. That is something that is very important, because if you choose the wrong thing, you come and be saying that the money has gone somewhere. No, you chose the wrong thing. So you select back to me, okay, to IC liquidity fund, that's ICLF. Remember, we said that liquidity fund is one of the options they have, right? So back to me, or send it to IC liquidity fund, or send to Trade Life. Trade Life means that you want you to buy again. Are you getting me? Back to me, they'll send it to your account that they have, or liquidity fund, which is you want to invest in the mutual fund. So the money will be sent there. So if you select the wrong thing after the process is, you don't come and say you can't see it. It is because maybe you have selected the wrong thing at the end of the day. Please, I hope you are getting it. I hope you are getting it. Any question?
And I think Faustina was asking something about a broker for Plus in app.
All right. I think I have. Yeah, so that is basically how you place the order for the shares you own. Any question? That's how you basically place the order. There's no long things about it. And then when you place the order, now let me go to transactions and see what happens to the orders that you place. When you place the order now goes, the broker now goes to look for somebody who will be available for you to take the stock. So remember that when you are selling the stock, somebody needs to be available. When you are buying it, somebody needs to be available to take it. So if I'm selling something, Jade, or the stock cannot be sold into a vacuum. Somebody should be able to take it. So if I'm selling it and Jade is available to buy it, then, or I'm buying it and Jade is available to sell his, then I can take over from him. So your order will go through stages. It will go through stages. So you see here that the order status is saying fully executed. When you see fully executed, it means that it has been purchased successfully. That the instruction I gave them, they have implemented the instruction to the fullest. That's the meaning. The instruction has been thoroughly executed. There are other statuses out there. You see expired, pending. There's a lot of statuses, all indicating that the order has been done. But when the order is executed and you have your shares, it will be fully executed. In a few days' time, you have the order available in your dashboard as you are seeing it. Any question? Please, do you have any question? That's literally how it takes to earn shares. That's literally how you own shares on the Ghana Stock Exchange using one of the brokers that we talk about. I don't think we have enough time to expand all the brokers, and we promised that we are going to do analysis on some of the stocks. So we'll do that as we go along. But whether we are doing analysis or whatever, you need to know how you're going to buy it. You need to know how you're going to buy it before you go through any of the processes. I asked you to reach out to me. I give you my ID. I give you my ID, Faustina. I gave you my ID as well. So I responded to your destiny. So reach out to me, and then so that I can we can facilitate that for you quickly. Can facilitate that for you quickly. Any question? If you have any question, you ask, and then we address it for you. This is basically the main thing. The last tab, which is the insights tab, just tells you how the funds are performing, all the various investment that they have done, and all the news that are relevant to you. They are available here with good insight into the stock market. So you see, it tells you about what is happening in the stock market and all that, and all the details happening in the world of finance. That's what's happening at the insight section. So we literally just skim through all the four main sections, and then we'll come back again if you have any question, or if we need to do some other things for you. Any question, please put your questions. Are you able to buy shares after this? Are you able to buy shares after this? That's what the question you should be asking, especially those of you who are new to the whole investment realm. Does it help you to be able to buy shares? That's what the main aim should be. The main aim is that at the end of the day, you should be able to buy shares. Are you able to do that after this? That's what we want you to be able to do. Any questions, put it in the comment section and let's address for you. Let's address. Remember, we spoke about two brokers. One was IC. We also have Blackstar. The process is a bit different, but when we start that, we'll not into this. So I want you to digest the IC wealth, and then we'll see how we can continue. We have Blackstar. They also have their processes slightly different, but digest this, and then if you have any more questions, and we can always ask. Share this with your people. Anyone who goes through this should be able to at least lay their hands on how to invest in the stock market if you go through this process. And if you have any question, you can always ask, and then we'll address them for you. Jade, anything to add?
Oh, not much, but I think you've done just to today's outline that we wanted to share. I think gradually, so far, I think our community has grabbed the whole concept of the stock market, but it's left with those who are yet to invest. I think we are more particular about you people, especially this year. We just began, so if you have any action, I think this is the right time to take those actions. And before you take action, you should understand. That is the whole point of we doing these streams and all these sessions. Once you understand, you can take the action. And we would like to get those understanding and of the market before you make those decisions. So do well to share with others who will also be equally interested in such information or education. Because I think last year most of the creators did very well in talking about the stock. So there has been a very how do you call it? Snowballing and a skyrocketing interest in the stock market in general by a lot of investors. So, but before you take that step, you need to make some decisions based on the information you have, and that's what we are trying to reach you with that information. So do well. All that we ask from you is to share it others who will be equally interested in such content. In fact, we are tired of the dancing and the challenges and the comedy. Let's learn this year.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any question? Any question? put in the comment section, and we will be we'll pay attention to it and address the question that needs addressing. Put in the comment section. We'll address it for you quickly and sharply if you have any question. We did this because of you so that you understand the whole idea of investing in the stock exchange and the stock market. And then moving on, we have a few people who are yet to fully understand the whole investment thing and take action. Once we have that, we will now zoom into analyzing stocks and the things that needs to be paid attention to. And that should be it. I'm still surprised we still have people who have not invested though. I'm not sure why,
Yeah,
because it's
even
straightforward.
even on the group, someone asks, which company should I buy? Which stock should I buy? I'm new to this, and we don't want you to be asking such questions this year. Once you have the information, you should be able to make that decision of taking the action, and the action formed based on trivial information.
Right. So I think there's one person asking a question about real Steven. I shared a video last time. Our last discussion, Apasiba loudly shared why ETI behaves the way it's behaving. ETI is not just in Ghana. Most of us don't know that. You see, ETI is not just a Ghanaian stock. Okay, let's pay some attention to that. You see, when you are investing in ETI, you are investing in all the EcoBank branches. It's it's EcoBank Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, and a few other countries. So when
There
you
are
invest in
33 branches
ETI,
in
it becomes
Africa.
complicated because you are going to, even if EcoBank Ghana is performing, EcoBank Nigeria may not be performing. And on top of that, the currency is affecting it because it's multilingual and multi currencies in all these countries. So that happens. But right now, ETI is coming up again. I don't know how Stephen is watching it, but if you look at ETI carefully, the decline it saw in the few days, have you seen it? The decline it saw in those previous days is actually coming back again. If you look at it carefully, if you look at it here, it went all the way to 0.76. So I don't know what Stephen means by ETI. It's okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So right. So yeah, that's it. ETH is actually coming back again. So Stephen, you look at it again. You went all the way to 7.6. It's now coming to 7.7 again. And ETH has a lot of complications. So let if you are choosing that, you should be in for the roller coaster because so many countries are affecting it. Even if Ghana is good, another country may not be good and all that. So you have a bag of issues that you need to pay attention to, especially when you are choosing ETH. But it's actually going up. And if you look at the buy volume, look at ETI on my screen, look at the buy volume. Over 8,000 buy volume, the sell volume is zero. So you should expect it to, all things being equal, it to start growing again. It should start growing again if you pay attention, Stephen. So if you look at it again, we should expect to see some growth. It's actually started already. It's actually started to grow. So pretty much that. But let's do some work of um looking into really on our next video we'll do some analysis because you need to look at the dividend history and all those things to be able to decide. And in fact, some of the stocks are even suspended in the comment they have given the description, but people still go ahead and buy it. You wonder what's happening because clearly it's suspended. But because some of us did not pay attention to the details, we are missing all those things. So hopefully, um, we'll look at all those things. It's been a good time. Share the stream with people. You see, some of these things, the questions have been answered and we are addressing some of them. If you miss it, the reason I'm trying to do analysis and all those things, we are going to do them on YouTube, is that the analysis are so important that you have to make reference to them. And when we do TikTok live, you lose all of it. And so that's why we'll be doing some of them here so that you have access to it. And Faustina, just go to TikTok and send a message to Investment Net, okay? And I'll respond quickly. I'll respond quickly and see how we can add it to the group and see how we can add it to the group. That's it. Thank you for joining, Jade. Thank you, all those who join us. Please share with um, anyone else who needs information. Join anyone else who need any information. Okay, right. I'll try and see if we can host another anytime. Depends. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And I hope this has been helpful. And at least you've learned something new that you are going to practice. The point is in practicing it. If you learn and you don't put it into action, I don't think what you have done to yourself. So please, the putting into action is important. See you in the next one we'll host, and we'll communicate that ahead of time. Again, thank you.